everyone, it's Tracy. Welcome back to my channel. Now, I decided to join a challenge over on a cherry on top. It was using a Becky Fleck sketch, and you saw it there at the beginning. And I decided to use this beautiful paper from Magnolia Moments. I got that in Peachy Cheap, came as a whole kit, with the came with the alpha and the paper and the ephemera. It was an awesome deal, and I absolutely love it. And I absolutely love this wood grain paper. And I was going to use it as a border around my whole layout, but I didn't want to waste the whole thing because it is so beautiful. So I gutted it out and I put the white cardstock on top. Now, what I don't show is on the back side, once I am done with my layout, I put washi all along on the back so that it covers the joining, the white and the wood grain. So it doesn't get hung up whenever I go put it in the page protector, because I usually don't put my pages in the page protector till about a month, maybe 2, sometimes 3. I try not to take too long to get them into the page protectors, but anyway, it just keeps it from getting hung up. So part of the sketch had this circle element in the background, and I was going to paint a circle. These are the Vicky Bouton watercolor paints, and I'm just using a really thin brush. And as you can see, my circle is not perfect. But you know what? That's okay, because I keep going around and around and around, and I using a lighter color, let it kind of uh, fade out and continue on. And I think it gives it a very nice look. To me, it looks like a grapevine wreath, and that's going to be the background of my layout. Now, the pictures that I showed just briefly at the beginning was of these new, I don't call it a spice rack, but it is a way for me to hang my spices in my pantry. um, I have a lot of spices, and I had been keeping them in a basket, and that just wasn't working for me. But I lived in an apartment before, and I thought, when I get my house, I'm going to get something that I can actually put on the wall. So I looked and looked and looked, and I finally found these they're plastic, and they're like little, oh, you just kind of slide the spice bottles into it, and then they just kind of hang there. Right now, they are hung with foam tape, and there is a way that you could screw them into the wall. I was doing great even when I had made this. You can tell that all the spices were there. I think it was the next day one of the spice racks fell. So now I've got to screw that one into the wall, but it's okay. I've got everything that I need to do that. And I'm using the buffalo plaid paper, the black and white paper, is part of the element, because I am doing my dining room and kitchen in, um, the new trend for, um, the farmhouse trend. And so I thought that this really looked like farmhouse, and I wanted to make sure that I incorporated that. Now, I chose to do the photos in black and white because my pantry was so full of color, and even the spice bottles have a lot of red and green, and I found it to be very busy. So I decided to just go ahead and print them out in black and white. And it wasn't my intention to make this so monochromatic, but the kit is very subdued in color, and I do add a few other colors to this. So even this little this wreath, it has the faintest blue color in the flowers, and I'm going to end up flipping that oval or that circle element there. It's going to go like that with the home sweet home that's going to be in the middle. And I chose to use these little flower pots over here on the right because those are my spices, and usually we grow our spices, in the little planters like that. So that's why I chose those. I thought that that went well together. Now the tags, I have a tag that I use as a template, and, you're right, I didn't have to make them that long, but I did, and it's okay. You know what? I have so much paper, I'm okay if I don't save an inch of something, I am A-okay with that if it's hiding underneath a photo. If you are running short on paper, by all means, make your tags smaller. So the other color that I brought in were these flowers, and this was part of the ephemera pack that came with that kit. There's a little bit of pink with some kind of an orangey gold color. You'll be able to see those in the close-up. And in this light blue, I also add some sequins here, and that's where I also add some color. It's kind of a dark blue and a light blue, and that way it's just a pop of color. So that's why I titled this video Black, White with a Touch of Color. I really like the way it turned out. So it's over there on the A Cherry on Top, and it's the first time I've ever done a challenge over there, and I had to ask Becky Bidding how to go about it. So it's part of the forum. So I kind of figured out how to do this. It brought back memories of two peas in a bucket, being on the forum there. So I had to dig pretty deep to try to remember how to do all this stuff. I don't put any splatters on this. This is pretty much complete. I do add the sequins. If you watch my videos at all, you know that I use this. It's a little tub, and it's called Distress Collage Medium. And, I use my tweezers to dip it into the medium, and then I glue them down. It may take a little bit for them to dry, but I'm telling you what, these sequins don't go anywhere. This is the best way for me to glue my sequins down. Now I do add, the lines across, the middle section with buffalo plaid as well as the white paper. I think it gives it a nice completed look. And here we are at the end. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining me. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. Okay, bye-bye.